Hello everyone, Umbre here, and I was just kind of looking around on my external hard drive, and I came across a folder filled with tons of old games that I and my friends and I made in the past, like long time ago. Let's see, I think the oldest one, 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, I thought I would start us off with this one, which in the past was called Maniac Puzzle. It was basically based on a game that I had called Maniac Maze. At the time, let's see, how old was I? Probably about like 13 or 14 when I made these games. But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much where the name came from. Obviously, I kind of got rid of the name. It's kind of a stupid name, to be honest. So right now I refer to it as working title, and it's in a state of incompletion. But I can't find the original Maniac Maze game, so I figured the next best thing to start off with would be Maniac Puzzle. And there are newer versions of this, but I thought I would start with the old build that I had. Basically, the old version that I had built before I had assembled a little bit of a team to help me out with some of the coding and the graphics. Basically, what this is everything that I had done myself up to the point of getting a new team going, or something like that. Something along those lines. Anyway, I'm not too sure how this quality is going to look. I had to resize the window to a decent size. It's like 959 by 720 because it's a not a widescreen game, that's for sure. Hopefully it's not too bad. Anyway, let's start this game. If you look here, there's some info. Nice. Thank you for downloading Maniac Puzzle. This is the manual for the game. Controls. The controls for Maniac Puzzle are very simple. Use the arrow keys in quotations to move good lord, I can't speak. To move left and right, and you press Z to jump and X to shoot. Yeah. But the game in Maniac Puzzle, you play as a nondescript green polygon, because I just sucked at animating anything, period. So I thought that was good enough. The objective is to solve each puzzle and get to the exit of each level. Play through 5 exciting worlds with a total of 50 levels and 10 bonus challenges. Have fun. That's what I was expecting to have by the time I was done with the game. This was an old demo I had, really. I think maybe a little over 20 levels, not sure. I think 4 worlds, maybe 3. Either way, let's start the game. I'm not sure if I had music or sounds at this point, so I had hard mode and impossible mode. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I had a bit of music. Let me just move my keyboard in place, because it's a bit of a weird keyboard. I'm not used to having to actually press Z and X, because it came with like a gamepad. Alright, so yeah, that's the nondescript green polygon. He can shoot. Pretty simple, really. Yeah. So basically, the object of the game was really more of like a thinking game, and I had conceived the idea of this game actually just a year before Portal 1 came out. So there are some aspects that might seem to be kind of like Portal-esque, kind of like that, and the general graphics themselves are kind of sterile and not extremely like detailed or anything. This is all basic stuff. And yeah, there's the exit. So just go on through. I think whoops, yeah, it was kind of a buggy game. I think this was the stage where I had multiple characters. Okay, yeah. So the blue guy was fast, but couldn't jump as high as the green guy, I think. Yeah. The red guy was slower, and again couldn't jump as high, but he had like a machine gun. Yeah. That was the gist of it. Okay, so green guy single shots. Blue guy. Oh, yeah, that was horrid. I'll just stick with the green guy for now. Right. So obviously he and other objects can warp across the screen in their corresponding locations. So I mean, obviously this pit is directly above the pit below, or rather the hole above me is directly above the pit. I had elevators that were kind of glitchy. I had this really bizarre way of coding them. Basically, I had no knowledge of how to use the language, so I had to come up with really bizarre, like, ways of getting things to work. Just really awkward. I think for this, I coded it so that, like, it makes the player move up at the same speed as the lift, so it's not actually being pushed up by the lift. He's just forced to move up with the lift as long as he's in contact with it. Right? So as soon as you're not touching it, you don't move up anymore, and you regain your, the physics, you know, gravity and all that. But it, it had issues like this. Yeah, I mean, it still gets through, but it's still just, ugly. So, as you saw, I shot those blocks and they fell back down, so allowing you to get through to the exit area. Right, this is another level. I think I had the level names written up at the top, but I can't see them because my software window is kind of obscuring the game window near the top. Alright, so you shoot this block down, and you hop over here, hop up here, jump down here, and whoa. Yeah, the controls are a bit stiff, but it doesn't seem that way, mainly because I'm playing the game, and you know, as the developer, you kind of get way too used to everything, which results usually in the developer being a bit blind to errors in the game. Oh yeah, and apparently the green guy can't shoot through like the warp holes or whatever you want to call them, so you'd have to switch to this guy. I don't remember if that was on purpose or not. Oh yeah, one thing, this guy could kind of like cling to objects. If you notice, his sprite sticks to areas. There's no like collision box. His collision box is exactly the shape of his pixels, or the shape of the character in regards to the pixels, while this guy has an actual like rectangular box around him, making it look like he's floating. I don't know why I did that. It pretty much serves no point whatsoever. Alright, so you hop down here and just spam the fucking shoot button to get through here. Oh, this is a level I really liked at the time. I thought it was pretty clever that most people at first didn't quite understand that, you know, you had to use the weird level warping to, or like the screen wrap, I think is what it was called, to get to the next location. So like, yeah, you had to fall down here and then move a bit over without actually landing on a spike. Fall, move, fall, and then time it right so you land. Oh, there we go, made it. And this was a tricky room. Basically, you have to jump on these platforms and not fall down, obviously. The only problem is, here, I'll reload the room. Most people didn't understand that you could hold the jump button like this, and it would instantly make you jump right upon landing. So this is what would happen to them. Oops, they'd die, because they wouldn't be able to time it perfectly. So that's, you know, an error on my part, and I figured it was obvious to everybody that you had to just hold the jump button. And I basically didn't understand at the time that good game design was to make it the player's fault that they couldn't beat the level, not to purposely trick them. I didn't understand that, you know, forcing the player to lose when they had no knowledge of, like, no prior knowledge to how to have avoided death is a bad design choice. and it can ruin a lot of the experience for gamers. So like a lot of my playtesters got really frustrated with that mechanic and ended up just giving up. But as I said, this is an old version of the game, and obviously the newer one is a lot more polished. But I thought it would just make for a better experience to visit the old one. A bit more nostalgic for me, and it gives a bit of history on the game. So like in case I ever do make some videos on the newer versions, I don't know if anybody's interested. I might do it if there's, you know, demand. Chances are I'll probably do some videos in the future of like progress updates, and I'll probably release the engine for people to you know, just take and design the game how they see fit. Oh, here's one of those level change areas where I thought it'd be cool if you kind of see like the beginning of the new area kind of morphed right into the previous area, so like just an in-between level. I don't know. Whoops. Yeah, and that's the new music I introduced, which, by the way, I composed all the music used in this game. The newer version, I had to remove the music just because the music files are so large, just making the game take forever to load, and that was making playtesting every level really fucking annoying. So let's just head in through here. So yeah, I tried to go with like a visual style for each area. You know what? I'm not even sure if this music is too loud or not. I actually lowered the game volume by like 50%. But the game volume on its own is pretty obnoxiously loud. Oh fuck. I kinda don't like that part of the song. Yeah, another problem. I couldn't get the elevators to work properly, so you have to jump at that part. Otherwise, watch what happens. You fall through. Do you know why this is? This is because the sprite of the elevator is like screen wrapping to the bottom of the screen before the character does. Or actually, rather, I think it's the other way around. I think the character does before the elevator does. So he no longer is in contact with the elevator, meaning he just falls, and it's timed so perfectly that the elevator ends up screen wrapping just as the player falls through the bottom. So giving the impression that he teleported through. So yeah, you have to jump there. I still haven't fixed that to this day, but I'll try to. I'm not exactly like a pro at programming. And you know what? Is this... Oh, okay, yeah. Right. This is a level where the platforms don't correspond to the actual clipping in the game. Yeah, see, like, I know it by heart. See, that's a false platform, but there's this one little skinny bit here that you can land on. You hop over here. That one's see-through. I think you fall, like, halfway through this platform here, so I'll just jump over here. Oh, fuck. Right. Okay, that's transparent, but this half you can land on, then you can land there. Alright, so yeah, that's good. Okay, this was a new mechanic I introduced where you basically shrink with these little things here, and the player gets very quick and flea-like. I find a flea describes the control over this player, or rather character, the best. Trust me, it feels very quick and nimble, but kind of hard to control. Okay, so you... Oh, right. Yeah, there's a puzzle to this area. It's basically you shoot this platform down, or the crate rather. Then you go tiny, hop through, get big over here, shoot that down. Then you can hop down, or hop up rather. Shrink yourself. Don't grow yourself there. Actually, no, yeah, you do. Fall through here. Just carefully nudge your way down, shoot that down, shrink, and plunge down here. Right. Oh my god, this level. There's a trick to this one. Whoa, okay, so Yeah. You have to knock down the first platform there. Oh, fuck. It's really hard to control, trust me. And, so, yeah, you have to be in tiny mode because you don't weigh enough. That was my explanation for this. Is that these are like weight sensing platforms, so you had to be small in order to not set them off to, you know, falling. Oh, fuck. It's really slippery when you control this guy. Alright, there we go. So yeah, because you're small, you start this level small. I mean, since you were small in the previous level. Alright, so now you just shoot your way through. I'll admit, the puzzles weren't exactly challenging. I kind of wasn't getting the hang of actually making the puzzles difficult. And I was relying more on cheap gimmicks to make the player lose and make it difficult. Like this level, for example, I literally just took a screenshot of the level and then rotated it and then set it as a background to confuse you. So yeah, right. You can tell what spikes are real and which aren't because the animated ones are the real ones, obviously. So hop up here, hop on this platform. Oh fuck. Yeah, I lost. Alright, so it's a bit of trial and error, unfortunately. Okay, hop up here, 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 and there you go, you're done. And this was a level that a kid I was babysitting at the time, like a long time ago, designed. It's kind of an evil level. Alright, so you don't grow there, that's actually a trick. Or is it? No, you do grow. I'm not... Fuck, I'm so confused already. Alright, so what most people would do is shoot that, causing this platform to fall down, and then it would screw you over in the end. So what you actually have to do is just ignore the temptation, jump down here, hop over here, and these little blocks here are fragile. They will break under extreme weight, but your character doesn't weigh enough. So it's obviously the crates falling down would knock those out. So here's what you do for this part. Shoot that, if you can. There. You don't shoot all of them. You don't want this thing falling down. Then you can fall down this pit here, because that block would have you know, blocked it off. You shoot this one out of the way. You can shoot these ones if you want. You don't really have to. It's kind of pointless at this stage. Oh yeah, and the block landed up here actually. Just obviously it couldn't go through because there's blocks up there. So then you're done. Yeah, in this level the blocks are falling eternally. And not much puzzle to this one. It's got to be switched to red. Oh whoops. Had my fingers on the wrong keys. Oh shit. Yeah, that's a problem with the red guy. If you were kinda clipping into a block when you switch characters, you'd get that little help, I'm stuck in something glitch, which is kind of easy to get out of, but the noise is kind of, you know, annoying. Alright, so I'll use the blue guy for this part because he gains more distance on his jumps. There you go. Done. Okay, so alright, this level. Grow big here. Jump on this. Make this fall down. Yeah, I kind of cheated there. I made it so that the platform doesn't fall down with you, which I think I should have done anyway. Oh no, wait, because you have to go down here actually and shoot this. Right. What the hell's all that noise outside? I have no idea if you can hear that. I probably should have closed the window, but it's really, really hot in here. Yeah. So anyway, so you go small again, you hop down here. Alright, now that you can fit yourself in this corridor, you go up here, down here, and there you go. Oh yeah, and the new area is sort of a hellish type area. That was my inspiration, is kind of like fiery with menacing looking spikes. And those little yellow things here were just kind of like decorations. I don't know what the hell they were. And that's the design of the elevators for this one. Right.